Hello, and welcome to a Grim Oak Press unboxing. This, my friends, is Stone of Farewell by Tad Williams, the sequel to the Dragonbone Share, the second book of Osten. And it is one that I'm excited for. Of course, I had to buy the optional slipcase because you gotta get the slipcase with these Grim Oak titles. They're gorgeous. Book 2 of Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. Stone of Farewell by Tad Williams. Love the slipcases that they do. And they don't make enough slipcases for the books. So if you are planning on picking up a slipcase, you should order it. First of all, at the same time as the book. Save on a little bit of shipping that way. But also it kind of secures you a slipcase. So, I mean, it's kind of mixed feelings. I know I like the fact that, you get the slipcase optional just because it keeps the price down for the book itself. But I know some people aren't fond of it because they, might run out of slipcases. So, of course, just like, this is like a slightly different leather. Just like the Dragonbone Chair, we have art by Donato Giancola. Donato is superb. Absolutely love his artwork. The man kicks ass. The dust jacket's a little beat up there, which is a shame. Hopefully it doesn't translate to the novel itself, but we're going to find out. Doesn't look too bad. A little bumped, perhaps. What do you think? And it's a little bumped. Anyways, as I was saying, as I felt this feels like a different leather than what they usually use. I mean, it's still very much a bonded leather. It's nothing overly fancy. But this feels smoother. Almost feels like genuine leather. Butter leather, if you will. Nice little silver stamping on the spine there, and then the stamping of Thorn on the cover. Of course, we have Isaac Stewart's cartography skills on the end papers. Gotta love some beautiful cartography. It is, of course, signed by Tad Williams, Donato Giancola, and Isaac Stewart. It is 1,000 copies. This is 86, which matches many of my other Grim Oak titles. Although I haven't been purchasing all of the Grim Oak titles lately because they're trying to bankrupt me. Grim Oak is really picked up the pace. So following the events of Dragonbone Share, we are still following various characters as they try to overcome the death of a recent king and the chaos that has ensued in the nation. They're searching for sanctuary. They're searching for the Stone of Farewell. We have these full-color plates by Donato tipped in that you can appreciate. Copies are still available. And, man, it wouldn't be a Donato artwork if you didn't have some hands. Donato has some of the best hands in illustration. And I don't mean like his physical hands. I don't know. I haven't seen him as a hand model. But look at those. The dude is so good at doing hands. People complain hands are difficult. I can't draw hands. I can't draw stick figures. Donato is like, yeah, you know what? Hold my beer, guys. I'm going to draw some hands. And he does so. Like, he's done, like, hands based off of George R. R. Martin. He's done hands based off of J.K. Rowling's characters. He's done hands left, hands and right. Lancelot's hands. Guinevere's hands. All sorts of hands. Joan of Arc's hands. All of the hands. Dude is a master illustrator when it comes to hands. Seriously, go check out his hands. Oh, look at that. We have the appendix in the back. Gotta love a good appendix where, you're going through a cast of characters. There are a lot of characters, a lot of creatures, a lot of locations, a lot of things. Guide to pronunciation. You gotta love a good guide to a pronunciation. That way you know what the hell you're talking about. You don't sound like an idiot. But anyways, most likely due to the cost, copies of this are still available, which is pretty wild because the Dragonbone Share was a very quick sellout. It sold out almost immediately, and kind of picture the other Tad Williams titles that follow close behind it. Tail Chaser's Song, I think, is still available as well, but honestly, I'm not surprised by that one. That's a very niche title for Tad Williams. Tad Williams completionists will pick up Tail Chaser's Song, but I feel like there's a huge audience for that these days. I like it, though. It's a fantasy that tells from the point of view of cats. And they don't burst into song at any... Well, that's a lie. There's a lot of bursting into song in that. I was thinking more of, I was trying to make an Andrew Lloyd Webber Cats joke, and it backfired on me because I immediately asked saying, it said, you know, screw that. There is a lot of poetic cats singing the songs of their people through that novel. There's a lot of it, so never mind. Never mind on that. I mean, it's right in the title. Anyways, yeah, Grim does a really good job. Their titles, somebody had asked me in the last Grim unboxing, which was Peter V. Brett's, how they compare with other publishers. And it's hard to say. Unfortunately, the Grim doesn't quite hold up against Suntup or against the nicer Subterranean Press titles, since Subterranean Press has started going with the larger trim size, heavier paper stock. But, I mean, they still hold up nicely against what they can. I mean, I'm always a bigger fan of cloth bindings as opposed to bonded leather bindings. You know, genuine, beautiful goat skin leather, go for it. But you're not going to get that in a price point like this. But I'm always a bigger fan of cloth bindings as opposed to bonded leather bindings, which is always one of the detrimental things, in my opinion, when comparing Grim Oak to other publishers. But they do a very nice job, and they have a very good market on high fantasy such as this. And Grim Oak Press has done lots of high fantasy, but I mean, other publishers out in the market, such as like Centipede Press, really focuses more on like horror, sometimes science fiction, weird fiction. You know, it's hard to get a nice small press publisher like this to do fantasy. And you know, he's got he being Sean Speakman, he has a way of getting through to DAW Books, DAW, to get their titles here published, which is incredible. That's something that nobody else has ever been able to do in decades of publishing, such as titles with Tad Williams titles, the Patrick Rothfuss titles. I mean, they do a good job. Are they pricey? Yes, they're very pricey. They're very pricey books, and they have gone up exponentially high over the past few years, which really sucks because, I mean, you know, all books in all these small press publishers have gone up over the past few years. It's just how it is with the market. Grim Oak is like doubled in price, which is wild. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Check out Grim Oak Press. Please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you around next time.